Hey, what's up guys? This is 3D Bonfire. My name is Marcus and I would like to show you some neat little techniques on creating digital nature using Megascans and Octane. Let's go for it. So what are we going to learn here? I think to put it in one sentence, we just learn to use the Octane Scatter in an efficient way and feed it with beautiful assets which we get from the Megascans library. So we have two powerful tools. We have the library with awesome assets, and we have the Octane Scatter, which gives us the opportunity to clone really massive amount of clones. And massive amounts of beautiful stuff, the result is awesome. Alright? So this is simple math, right? Take something good, multiply it with 1,000,000 and you have something awesome. Simple math. Alright, so this is really, it's about Octane Scatter. Technique is not so complicated. I will teach you how to grow stuff, how to make selections where you want to grow stuff, and give you some tricks with the Mograph tools to even animate it. So mostly I will talk about Megascans and the Octane Scatter. After it, you will definitely understand how to do stuff like this, how to say, ooh, I want this blue bush growing here and there, and this mushrooms should be here and here, sunflowers back here. So this would be easy for you. Also, you can clone onto complex landscapes like this terrain in the background, these mountains, and say, I want these trees only there and here, and give it some height variation, some random rotation and stuff. So all of this should be really pretty easy by the end of it. Also cloning into different shapes, like only red mushrooms on this way and some white strokes there. So this is all easy for you in a couple of minutes. Just some nice results to show you. I like this one, how this forest is folding on itself and there are height variations which give it visual interest. And of course it's not going onto this street. Maybe I can also tell you how you could prevent trees from going there. So this is quite an easy technique. And everything has to do with a lot of clones, as you can see. So this must be, I don't know, but it must be 1,000,000 or something. Also this one, different plants, nice Megascan assets, cloned in an interesting way. This is what it's about. So you see the grass here, or in this case we have some sunflowers. The grass is coming to this walkway, but then it disappears. So you have precise control over these plants. Maybe they are just on this area. The flat grass is going here, but it's not there. And the sunflowers are only in this area. So after it, you will definitely know how to do that. This is just another view. You can also clone different kinds of stuff. So you could have precise control on where you want stones to appear in a render, right? And of course, how to mix different set of plants into something that is just visually pleasing. So I like this one. This is obviously done with some noises where you have some holes in it. We will talk about how to use noises to distribute your clones in your scene. So this is the easy stuff. Here you will learn how to, how to say, I just want things to clone to grow on certain parts of a landscape. And of course, just go wild and put different Megascan plants in it and light it in different kind of ways. So this is the same scene, but sometimes this is lit with these glowworms, and this is really fluorescent disco light. I don't know how to call it. Give it different variations and stuff. So you see, when you have beautiful assets, beautiful lighting, and lots of clones. The result almost always looks visually pleasing. Maybe we should also have a look on some videos, I guess. Alright, what do we have here? Looks like some animations. Okay, here a simple one from left to right. Of course, we also can do stuff like that. Plus some gentle wiggle in the wind. We can start the animation from different areas. Use different plants. They look also lovely. This is showing how you basically layer up systems until you achieve the level of complexity you are aiming for. So I was satisfied here. This is using another noise. Also some nice combination of plants here. They look lovely together. This one a little bit more aggressive. Coming in. Yes. You can do that. That's nice. Okay, this is more some lavender. Moving gently in the wind. I like it. Yeah, these are the 4 versions with different vegetation. So you see, when you use different assets, you get a whole different look, of course. So this one combines plants that don't really fit together. Okay, yes, you can not only grow stuff on planes, but also on all kind of objects, for sure. So in this case, it's a rotating cube. And also I invite you to think about this technique in a creative way. So it's not only for plants, but this could also be like some corrosion on metal, eating the metal substance away, or some virus on skin. All kind of possibilities there. This one has also some nice hyperwind with forester trees, but our focus will be more on plant techniques on surfaces here. This one, poor quality render, but also the Octane Scatter to clone all these 100,000s of little plants here. Interesting fact about this one is these X particles push away the plants aside. Don't know if you can see it here. The resolution is pretty bad, the quality, but they actually penetrate the grass. Could be a nice technique for another tutorial to teach. Here's some stop motion. Nice. And of course, you're not restricted to use plants, but you can also use platonics. In this case, I used spheres and cubes and cylinders. Also a lovely result. Just until this other colors kick in here, gets a purple nightmare. Well, this one, yeah, maybe we later will talk about. So I prepared some stuff like this that teaches you the science behind it, that we use different noises, different masks to drive our clones. I think we can talk about this in detail later. Let's see. And also we will talk about using Mograph Effectors to get some gentle setups for animation. Okay guys, I think now it is time to talk about the assets. And with assets, I just mean all the plant models we are going to use. Because most certainly this is not a tutorial about modeling, so we won't go to model all these plants by ourselves. That would be really time intensive. You need to also texture them, and yeah, we won't focus on that. Thanks God there is something like the Megascans library from Quixel, and that is what we are going to use. This library already has like over 11,000 assets. So I'm talking about 2D and 3D assets, PBR scanned. Yeah, and this is just awesome to have this library at our fingertips. So maybe I should tell you something a little bit more about Quixel. So what or who is Quixel? Quixel is a Swedish company founded in 2011, and now by the beginnings of 2020 it is part of the Epic family. Epic is the owner and the creator of the Unreal Engine. And now with the purchase of Quixel, they just put the Megascan library into the Unreal Engine for free. So this is quite a strong move, and for everybody who is using Unreal, they suddenly have more than 11,000 assets in the best quality at their fingertips for free. So this is really awesome. But also when you are a user of another 3D package, like in my case it's Cinema 4D, you benefit quite strongly from Quixel and Epic getting together. So the Megascan assets, they just reduced the price by half. That means until now you paid, for example, 4 credits for a grass texture, now you just pay 2. So you get the double amount of textures and assets, which is quite awesome. Also, they reduced the resolution caps for all the licenses. So until now, I think it was for indie and personal that you were restricted to 2 or 4K, but now you just get the best of it. So now you get whichever license you are using. You can use 8K, or I think sometimes some things are even in 16K, which is a really nice resolution. Also, in general, the licensing terms got more generous. So when you come with your old license, and you will get a refund if you switch to the newer licensing model, which I think you definitely should do. Plus, the new version of Bridge and Mixer 2020 is still free. Okay guys, maybe I should give you something more to get you a little bit more excited about using these assets. So maybe you're sitting in front of a computer asking yourself, is the quality good enough? Is it holding up to my own standards? And let's see here. Here is a list of movies and games. These assets were used in heavily, so awesome game Metro Exodus, Justice League, Destiny 2, The Lion King, sick production values also in Love, Death and Robots, Jumanji, Pacific Rim Uprising, Red Dead Redemption, they also used it, Plague's Tale, Tomb Raider. So the list is going on, and I think the answer is the quality high enough. The simple answer is yes, it is. Okay, now we should talk about the products. The main product is the Megascans library, which is the world's largest library of scanned 3D assets. I would say in brackets also 2D assets. The bridge helps us to navigate these Megascans. So Bridge, we will download the software onto your computer, which gives you access to the Megascans library without going into your internet browser and onto the site and doing it from here. So it's the more direct way to do it with the software on your desktop. Then we will install the LiveLink plugin or extension to the 3D software of our choice, which connects, in my example, Cinema 4D with the bridge with a one-click integration. So when you select the assets in the bridge, you just click it and it is in your cinema. That's our goal, to work efficient and with ease and have fun. The Quixel mixer for now we will ignore, because this is another topic. Maybe I do a tutorial another time on this one. It is basically a competitor to the Substance tools like the Painter and Designer. And as you can read, it blend, paint, sculpt tileable materials in no time. That means you can take a desert texture and a stone texture and make something completely new out of it. Alright, so now that I told you we will use the bridge, I show you how to download it and to set it up. Alright, I think now it is time to download the bridge and get our hands dirty. But there's always a but. One last thing, I would say you should first create an account. This is free, so you don't lose anything by doing it, but you will get access to over 50 free assets, so why wouldn't you try to do it? So please create an account, and after it click on the download bridge here, or go to bridge and download it from there. You will get an installation file, you do your usual thing with it and install the software on your computer. So in a minute we will see us again in the bridge software. See you. So I guess you install bridge on your system and maybe you also have a shortcut on your desktop like I do. So why don't we click it together and open bridge together for the first time. Alright, just give it a couple of seconds and here it is. This could look a little bit different on your system, I'm not sure. It depends if you're using the new 2020 version, which should be out soon. I'm working still in 2019, but because the thing about this is pretty simple, it shouldn't be so much difference. Alright, you already can see this one, our plants just got better. Switch today and get a refund. I already told you about this. This is one of the benefits since Quixel was bought by Epic. So when I change my plan, I will get a refund. This is pretty nice. I should really do that. Alright, maybe we just talk quickly about the interface, but there is almost everything is self-explanatory. Here you have your search bar with topics, like this is the latest, these are the latest assets. Okay, I get this. No, this is unsorted, just stone, grass, so this has nothing to do with it, but it is the latest assets. Also here you can see the free assets. So for you guys who don't want to spend any money, you could play with this one. And I think you can already build a nice scenery out of this stuff. So this is quite awesome that you get this for free. Here you can see what I acquired. So I mainly focused on plants and some stone stuff. This is just my section. This is what I right now downloaded already. So I have access to it. These are my favorites, so you can give everything a star. I think in the next version 2020 they will make this a little bit better, so it's more, so you have even more options to sort your stuff. So right now I just have favorites, but this is not so easy to find the favorite I want to see. So yeah, there's place to improve this. What I really like is this collections. This is awesome. So when you want to play, create a sci-fi landscape, like heavily inspired by a game named Halo, I think you could go here, view these assets, and you see these ones, they perfectly match together, and they just are used to create this environment. Also, like Iceland is very popular these days. I think I've seen several movies and renderings using like this coldish feeling with stones and minimal vegetation, super nice. Whatever you want to create. These sets are super helpful to just make sure you stay in a topic without irritate your viewer, if this is the right word. So yeah, collections super helpful if you search for some theme stuff. Oops, I just want to go down here. No, not. Alright, here I have the categories. So here you can see all. This means this is the sum of all the assets which are in the Quixel Bridge. And when I say Quixel Bridge, I actually mean the Megascans library, because the bridge is just grabbing it from the Megascans library, right? It's just an organization tool for the Megascans. So here you find different categories. We don't need to talk about everything. Interesting for us would be plants. And you have seen I already downloaded some of them. They are, when you click on it, they are in different categories here. I focus on 3D plants. There are also like these annuals, which I also know by the name of atlases. So atlases are, in my understanding, is just an image with transparency and information here in maps like color, like the bump, displacement, normal, gloss, all these maps to create a realistic representation of a flower, for example. So, but we will concentrate on 3D plants because my computer, my system is powerful enough to use real 3D plants. Sometimes people also use these atlases, as I said, and just cut it into pieces, and then you could distribute these plants, putting it together however you wanted, and clone them and rotate them. But in the end, when you go really close to it, it will always, at some point, you can see it's just a plane. So that's why I like to use these 3D plants. And I think a little bit later we will go into selecting some of them. So, but for now, I think the most important part for you guys would be to maybe just grab an asset, just whatever you want. And then the important thing now is, now we have the Quixel Bridge, but we want the LiveLink. So we have this one-click integration into Cinema 4D or whatever software you are using. So the next thing would be, you click on to an asset, you get an asset information, download settings. I think you don't even have to change so much about this one. This should be set to like 8K or 4K, whichever resolution you prefer. You can just leave this, I guess. And JPEGs is fine for me. This for now we can leave this, but you will go to export settings. And now comes the important part. You say export to, and now you create, now you search for your 3D software package of choice. In my case, it's Cinema 4D. You would get a button here which says download plugin. Like you see when I click to Claris, I will get this button. So, but since I already did it, I can't see this, but you will see this. So you click on this button and then a little magic happens, and Quixel is automatically searching for your software and putting the LiveLink extension, or let's say plugin, into your Cinema 4D folder and set it up for you. So there's nothing else to do, I guess. You just click this, and if you have Cinema open, you should close it and reopen it, and then it is set up. So this is all the magic behind setting up the LiveLink. Alright guys, finally we arrive in Cinema 4D. I'm working in version 21, but you can also use previous versions. That shouldn't cause any error. For now, first thing I would say we go to extensions. In your case, this could also be named plugins, depends on your Cinema 4D version. I go to Megascans LiveLink, and I quickly want to tell you something about these 3 checkboxes. After it, we can forget about it. So, use EXRs when available. I would leave this checked, because this is preventing us from stair-stepping, for example in the displacement channel. Sounds very technical. For now, just believe me, this is a good thing. Apply material to selection. This is saving you an extra click, because you just select an object you want your material on. Go to your bridge select a material, download it, and it is automatically applied to the selected object, which is a good thing. Enable displacement, I would leave this unchecked because for now there is a problem with Quixel in combination with Octane and Redshift, I guess. It is not so easy to automatically set up the displacement, so we will do this just manually. So for now, leave this unchecked, and now you can forget about it. So, alright, I think the last couple of minutes from this first part of the tutorial, we should get into the technique. And I will give you just a quick preview. I will go fast, like 10 minutes, create something beautiful. And in the next part, I will go in depth and show you all the settings I will use. And yeah, but for now, we just dive into it and just to show you what you can do with it. So I prepared a scene. Next time we will build it by ourselves, but I just have a plane and an object on it. This plane is the landscape object here. And these rings here, this is something like a Roman arc. And those, I downloaded it also from the bridge, and I think in my acquired tab, you can see here are some columns, and here is a Roman arc. So if you want to have the same, you could buy it there. But it's not mandatory for the scene, right? So I also have two skies. One is deactivated because I liked this one more. It's an image texture, and it's a HDR sky evening 003. The other one, this was also pretty nice, but I decided to go with the evening mood. It's sky morning 006. And if you're curious about where did I get them? Sorry, this was the wrong window. I got them from Polygon, okay? So in the HDRIs, you can search for morning or evening and get different variations. In this case, I use this one, and for evening, another one. But be sure, in the internet there are thousands of free HDRIs, so you don't need to spend money all the time. Alright, so I like this look, and I think the important and the most interesting thing for now would be finally to use Bridge, okay? Not just talk about it. So I go to Bridge and I go to my downloaded, and you already see I downloaded a lot of plants already. You can download your own, but I already bought quite a lot of them, and for now let's just try some fast stuff. So I guess I like this one. It has this incredibly poetic name, Lily of the Valley, with these broad leaves. I like it because it catches the reflection pretty nice. So why don't we use it? We just export it to our cinema. Alright, it was quite fast. We get 4 variations of it, okay? For now they are laying on top of each other, but you see this one is variation 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, maybe just separate them a little bit. They can intersect because they will, when we clone them into each other, like 10,000 here, they will intersect somehow. But okay, this is the material, and it is behaving a little bit oddly with this noise and reflection. Somehow this is wrong, and we don't even have translucency. So if you want to have this one too, to click on them, you have to go to your render settings, Octane render passes, just click show passes and then activate reflection and transmission. You see when I deactivate it, it's no longer there, but I want to have them here because the look of the plant depends on a mixture of reflection and translucency. If you don't have translucency, it doesn't look realistic. So this is just 50%. Plus, this reflection is somehow really fake and broken. So we need to change something. I can only say with my version of Octane, I guess, yeah, I'm not sure what the problem is here. I need to study this more, but for me, universal right now doesn't work. So I would go back to the old workflow, and this is called go to glossy, activate the specular, and some people would say this is intense, but oh damn it, I really like I really like this reflection. Okay, so for me this intensity is quite fine. Wow, yeah, I love it. Okay, so this is the glossy part of it. Let's get rid of this letters and just say this is the gloss part, and go here and say we also want a diffuse part. And the cool thing about this bridge stuff is when you go to the node editor, you see all these maps are already linked into the right channel, so you don't have to worry about this so much. So we have a gloss and a diffuse. Maybe we could also name it diffuse. And now we're going to create a mix material. We put a gloss and a diffuse, and now put a mix also on our plants. And if you do so, wow, have you seen this? What happens? Now we have amazing translucency. Sometimes I just can't believe how beautiful this is looking. I mean, this is crazy. So maybe I give you a comparison between A and B. So store render buffer, and let's go back to just the glossy look. Let's see, and you can already see how much you lose when you don't have translucency in it. I mean, if you didn't know how beautiful it will get, you think this is nice. But I tell you, this is nice. Alright, so yeah, that's awesome. So put the mix material back onto it to have this awesome translucency. Just can't believe how beautiful it is. So yes, this is looking nice. Now I think we should just grab an Octane Scatter. Let's put these assets into it. Let's say Octane Scatter, please scatter on the surface of this surface. Wow. Maybe we just hide these four from view because they shouldn't be visible. So what do we have here? We have like 1,000. Okay, let's say for now we just don't need so much. Let's say 4,000. And this is already looking interesting, but I think they all are in the same scale and oriented in the same way. So let's go to effector and put in a random effector. With the Octane Scatter object, you always have to manually drag him in, but that's not a big problem for us. So get rid of the position, say rotation. We just want to rotate it 360 around itself. So now they all are orientated in a rotated in another direction. This looks already way better. Let's go to scale and let's give them a scale variation of 0.3. I like that. Maybe all in all, this is a little bit too big, so let's go into this one. Sorry when I'm going fast. I will explain everything later. So 0.8, I like that. Maybe just go to 5,000 clones. Even more beautiful. Wow, I like it. So let's say now we put a shader effector also into it. And let's say put a shader effector also into here. But with this one, we don't want to scale up, but we want to scale down. So -1 means invisible. But when we go to shading, put a noise into here. And not such a super boring noise, but a little bit more exaggerated. Let's say this is 1500. let's say even 2200. Yeah, and to get more like splotches here and there, let's give this a little bit more. Yeah, okay. So wow, this looks already kind of wild, right? Okay. Why don't we use another plant and after it we just leave it as it is and just be happy about it. So what would be about something small? I'm searching for something that fits the scene. I guess something like this would also be nice. Something thin and with variation. So export this one. Paspalum dilatatum. Okay, so you can see this one has 8 variations. So it depends on the plant. Sometimes you get 2, 3, up to 10 or so. All right, we can just duplicate the scatter. Let's go down. I guess we throw these ones out. And maybe for now, deactivate everything. So, and put these ones into the second scatter. Okay. So I think this one should also have another shader. So I drag shader 1, delete the other one, and give this just another scale, maybe another seed. So we have another growth pattern. I guess this one could use a little bit more clones. Let's go to 20,000. And just to be sure, let's drag these ones down so they don't block our view. Okay, now something strange is happening. I guess I need to problem solve something here. What is happening that we get this obvious pattern? Because we certainly don't like like this one. Let's check this. We have random and a shader effector. This is all good. Let's see without the shader effector. You have to also deactivate it here. We still get these lines. I mean, they look nice, but we don't want it. But I think I know where this is coming from. So let's see what happens when we put noise into here. Make this one small. Yeah, okay. So I will tell you in the next part what I'm doing here. But for now you can see this is working and we get some really beautiful variation here. Let's even scale this one up. Let's say this is a more extended grass. Yes. Okay, so why don't we combine this one with the other plant and see what we get here. Just give it some time. I mean, we already have quite some stuff in there. I think, yeah, obviously these two plants don't match exactly together. Like, looks a little bit weird. Maybe this one has too much. Maybe just make 1,000 of these ones, but make them even bigger. Let's see what happens now. I'm not sure. Let's see. How about 6,000? Yeah, I mean, for now, this is okay. Maybe we just make it invisible and try one last plant here. Just because it's so much fun. Let's see how, yeah, how is this one working? This one could be cool. So export this to cinema. Should be there. All right. And Oh, I also forgot with the last plant to make a mix material. Maybe that's why it looked a little bit dull. But let's try. Oh, this one will work better, I'm pretty sure. So let's go here. Maybe we just kick this one out and put the new one in here. Just for now, let's just see the first one. Okay, this is way too big, but let's go back to a scale of 1, not 21. Wow, so nice. Okay, to make it even more beautiful, just move them out of sight. And let's say this one is a specular material. This one is a specular. No, not specular, sorry, glossy. Should be transparent. This is a specular material. This is a really intense specular hit on the plant. But we will duplicate it. Come on. Give me my preview. Okay, so put it on diffuse. This is already piped in. Now we grab a mix material, mix this one with this. Come on, that's too fast. Go back here, do it like that. Okay, and now quickly apply the mix material. Zack. Yes. So here you can see intense translucency hits where sun is coming in, and where there is more shadow, you don't get this so intense. Wow. So this is looking crazy, but I like it. Let's go to 1000. Maybe we don't need so much. Maybe this is already enough. And mix it together. So I think this already looks kind of cool. Let's check another camera. Yes, lovely. Just for our own fun, let's rotate the light. Let's see what happens. Now the light is coming from here. We get more specular hits. Looks also pretty nice. Lovely. Let's just check the other HDRI. This is also nice. Oops, rotate the wrong one. Let's see. Cool. Let's check the close camera. Yes, this is cool. Okay, so I hope I got you a little bit excited about this stuff. Next time I promise to show you my neat little tricks, how we can make this even more beautiful, how to animate it into the scene, and yeah, just put more magic into it. So yeah, I hope you're excited as I am. So see you in the next part of it. Bye.